Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of Life Evolved with Michelle. This is Michelle. I am your nurse, your expat, retirement, living life over 50 here in Panama. And I'm coming to you live with my husband over here. And as many of you know, we have made that decision to relocate to Boquete. So I just wanted to have a little conversation with him and you and me and talk a little bit about why we're going to make that decision and maybe some of the pros and cons of that decision and some of the things that we're concerned about. So for me, I'm excited. As you guys know, I've been talking about this and talking about this. So I want to give him the opportunity to talk about a little bit how he feels about it, maybe what's concerning to him and his pros and cons. And then I'll talk a little bit on the back end. All right. And I'll let him introduce himself to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ralph. Um, so we're talking about Boquete, the move from Panama City to Boquete. Um, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be quite a change from the city, and the all everything that part of the city. I'm not going to miss. So it's a lot going on in the city. Um, the noise level is one thing I don't have to worry about in Boquete. It's like night and day. And I'm not saying the city is bad. That comes with the city. But the setting, the peacefulness, the scenery in Boquete is on level 10. It's just that much better. That's one of the pros, and I'm looking forward to that.
A pro for me would be just the relaxed environment, like you said, getting out of the city. A pro for me would be cost reduction. A pro for me would be my I'm able to be a little bit more independent because I can drive. I cannot drive in the city. The traffic is too overwhelming. We do have a car, so we're a little bit we're on the plus side because a lot of people don't like to move to Boquete because of some of the cons, which are the roads. Some of the roads are not paved correctly. Fortunately, where we live at, our subdivision is completely paved, but there are a lot of roads in Boquete that are not paved. Um, do you have a con that you would like to?
I would say the road, some of the roads, you have to really know where you're driving. We're fortunate that we're going to be living in a newer subdivision, and it has paved roads, and we're right off the main highway number one, Route One in Panama City. I mean, in Boquete, it runs from Panama City straight through Boquete, Route One. So that is the road system. I would say is a con in certain areas, and another pro that I think in Boquete where we are in Alto Boquete, right out 10 minutes outside of downtown Boquete. And it's more flat, level, versus being downtown Boquete, which is in a valley. And that's where a lot of the people complain about the water, the rising water when it rains. We don't have to, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that because we're out in the flat plains, which is a pro. Um, and the cost, we're going to go back to the cost. I'm looking forward to that. Living in the city, Panama City itself, can be costly. Um, if you try to live that vacation life every day, you're going to pay to live that vacation life. You have to really separate partying, hanging out with reality. And so living in Boquete is more realistic living. You don't get caught up in the party and because it's not right outside your front door. You have to make an effort to go places and do things like that. But it's more nature, um, outside activities, considering not a lot of rooftops. Like the city is just full of rooftops and bars and hanging out and tourists, and so that would be some of the pros and cons that I'm thinking about.
Um, another con for me would be just the medical establishment. I will definitely be digging into uh, medical and hospital access when I get out there, so that that can be a pro for me. It's going to be a mental thing. I need to make sure that there's everything out there that I need. But other than that, there could possibly be more cons as we move forward. But we pretty much agree on most things. I am not the most I like nature, but I don't really care for grass as much. So that might be something that may have to change on me. It just depends. I grew up in the concrete area, so I really like landings and concrete in certain areas, but I am missing the openness. So yeah, and y'all hear that in the background. That's one of the reasons why we want to get up out of here. But we just wanted to come and give you a little bit of both sides of this transformation that we're making, and we're actually looking at it like a transformation. Nothing is set in stone. So, like everything else, if this does not fit our needs, then we have our options to move. Um, Someone asked me on a post, do you realize that there are so many places that you can live in between Panama City and Boquete? And we do. We've drove through several areas, a couple of beach towns, and it still didn't give us the feeling that we have in Boquete. So we want to get out there. I want to get out there and also dispel some rumors out there that there's nothing out there, because that's not true. And also to figure out if what we've heard about it, um, little problems living out there, is true. So we will let you know, and we want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Hopefully, this information gives you a little bit of enlightenment. We will be talking about this quite a bit, just because this is a big part of what we're doing, transitioning. So that's it for me.
That's it for me. I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I love comments. I respond to every comment. If you have suggestions, questions, shoot them to me. Thank you so much again for being a part of the family, and we'll talk to you on another video. Bye.